cloudy fall day, a Soviet Tu-95 bomber flies over the island Novaya Zemlya, located in the Arctic Sea. Reaching a height of 35,000 feet, the pilot drops his ordnance. The Tsar Bomba, a 50-megaton nuclear bomb. Within moments, the fusion device detonates, shooting a flash of light through the atmosphere, visible from 600 miles away. It was, and remains, the largest nuclear detonation in history.
It was originally designed to be 100 megatons. It very nearly killed the senior officer who was piloting the aircraft that dropped the test article.
Capable of destroying everything within a 15-mile radius and delivering third-degree burns within a 64-mile radius. The Tsar Bomba remains the final word in total annihilation of an enemy target. Today, the Tsar Bomba is but a reminder of the Cold War arms race and the danger of an all-out nuclear war that would have likely caused the destruction of both the US and Soviet Union, if not the world. Yet the threat of nuclear attack from our former adversary remains.
The risk of accidental attack is more serious, I think, than most people realize. The Russians maintain a large nuclear arsenal. Since the collapse of the Soviet Union, they've had a huge economic setback. Their warning system has deteriorated terribly. There are gaps in their radars. Their satellites have broken down. The Russians, of course, reassure us that, no, we have nothing to worry about. But the consequences would be so grave that we should take it very, very seriously, even if it has a minuscule chance of happening at all.
The threat of a nuclear attack from a rogue nation, or a well-organized stateless group, is also cause for grave concern.
Whether North Korea has nuclear weapons is very much in the press today. Or should terrorists get their hands on sufficient nuclear materials, either to make a non-nuclear weapon, a radiological weapon, or to actually get a nuclear detonation, however small, would be a horrendous attack.
The evolution of precision guidance systems has eliminated the need for large-yield nuclear weapons like the Tsar Bomba. But make no mistake, the detonation of a 1-megaton nuclear bomb would yield more destructive power than any weapon the world has ever seen.
Weapon, thermonuclear warhead. Yield 1 megaton surface blast. Energy released. Blast 50%. Thermal radiation 40%. Fallout 10%.
To comprehend the true lethality of a thermonuclear explosion requires an understanding of the massive amount of energy that's released upon detonation. When a thermonuclear bomb detonates, an instantaneous fission reaction creates a secondary fusion reaction, fusing hydrogen and its isotopes together to form helium, releasing enormous amounts of energy.
And it occurs in a very small volume. Therefore, the total energy divided by the volume is very large. And that means the temperatures are stupendously high. Temperatures that are higher than the center of the sun.
Upon detonation, a thermonuclear bomb emits a stream of X-rays, infrared rays, and gamma rays. This is referred to as thermal radiation and is visible to the naked eye in the form of a brilliant flash of light, lasting from 1 to 10 seconds.
It emits all of this X radiation that's absorbed by the air around it. The outside of the air is burning. It's forming basically smog. The nitrogen and the oxygen are reacting, turns brown, and so the light coming in actually goes down until that burns off, and then it goes up again.
The heat from the infrared rays will set people and buildings on fire. The X-rays will irradiate those closest to the explosion.
The X-rays don't get very far. They're absorbed by the air. The air is then heated up by these X-rays to millions of degrees.
The immense heat expands the air around the point of impact, creating a spherical shockwave and winds that can reach hundreds of miles per hour.
And if it were a humid day, you would be able to see that shockwave running along the ground and through the air, because it would cause instant condensation of moisture in the atmosphere, and you'd see sort of a white ghost of a shockwave traveling through the air.
The wind from the shockwave extinguishes the fires caused by the thermal radiation, but will flatten everything in its path within a radius of 2 miles.
You get the expansion out, but then the thermal plume of the bomb is rising. A mushroom cloud is forming.